Hello and welcome to Afternoon Tea with Karen and Jacinta needs to watch RBT 2.0 because some better footage came out later in the afternoon and how to construct a story to downplay the drama.
Good morning. Thank you for coming here this morning. Pardon me. I wish to advise that yesterday morning, just before 9 a.m, my husband Yorick was driving to the supermarket in Bendigo to pick up some groceries when he was pulled over for a random breath test. As a result of this test, he blew 0.05. He, as a result, has received an on-the-spot fine and lost his licence for 3 months. This will take effect from the 16th of January. On the evening before, on Wednesday evening, we'd celebrated our son's birthday with family at a local pub before we headed home around 8 p.m. My husband is also currently taking medication for a health issue, and as a result of the medication mixing with the alcohol from the night before, he simply shouldn't have been driving the following morning. He understands that. I understand that.
I don't. Do you have a medical report or something to show that what the medication is and how it affects his blood alcohol level or something? Because that's a long time, 13 hours to still have a blood alcohol level of 0.05. Like that kind of is a bit more like someone that needs to have a few drinks in the morning.
And for this, we are both truly sorry. We have made a donation today to the Amber Community Charity, a road safety organisation that invests in education around the trauma of road accidents. We've made a donation of $1,000 to this charity.
Well, that's very kind and tax deductible, but road trauma? He got pulled over to do a random breath test. Like, how traumatic was that? And it must have been. Let's listen to what else she has to say.
Drink driving is an incredibly serious issue, so is road trauma. We recognise that, and I am truly sorry. I would also like to inform you that prior to this random breath test, Yorick was involved in a minor collision with another vehicle. Several cars came to a stop at a T intersection in Bendigo on the corner of Spring Gully Road and Carpenter Street.
Okay, Carpenter Street, Bendigo. Bendigo, about the same size as Gaza, but without a beach. And only a couple of hospitals as well. So opposite the cemetery, right, this T intersection. Oh, I don't think our insurance is going to cover that if he's got picked up by that random breath test.
Unfortunately, Yorick had bumped into the back of the vehicle in front of him as he was coming to a stop. Both he and the other driver were not injured, and given it was a minor collision, both drivers shared information, exchanged details after stopping, and both continued on their way, and Yorick was continuing on to the supermarket before he was stopped by police for that random breath test.
Was it random or did the other person need a police report for their insurance company?
I'm deeply sorry for the hurt that this will cause victims of road trauma. In particular, victims of road trauma that have been caused as a result of drink driving. I was shocked. Yesterday when Yorick told me yesterday morning what had happened. Since then, we've taken the time to talk to our family. And again, I'd like to say we're really sorry for what has happened. So is my husband. We'll take some questions.
Well, I've got a question for you. Where's your husband? He's the one that, he got in trouble with the police after being in an accident. Like, he should be up there standing with you, giving you moral support while you read out that very interesting statement. Anyway, here she is on another channel.
The Premier has apologised after her husband was caught drink driving, saying she's disappointed and embarrassed. Yorick Piper blew 0.05 at 9 in the morning, 13 hours after drinking at his son's birthday party.
Fighting back tears and apology from the Premier after her husband was caught drink driving.
Since then, we've taken the time to talk to our family. And again, I'd like to say we're really sorry for what has happened. So is my husband.
Yorick Piper blew .05 in a random roadside breath test at Bendigo around 9 o'clock on Thursday morning. He was fined $611 and his licence suspended for 3 months.
Heading off to the supermarket to pick up a few groceries. So he was incredibly shocked. But that's still no excuse.
15 minutes earlier, the 56-year-old had rear-ended a car at this T-intersection.
Details were exchanged. The other driver indicated they were okay and both went on their way.
The night before, the pair was out celebrating their son's birthday at a local pub and claimed they left around 8 o'clock.
He has been taking medication for a little while to treat a condition, but simply he shouldn't have been driving.
And the bottom line is that it takes time for your body and your liver to process the alcohol that you've consumed.
How much time? And you got some examples of the medication, et cetera, because 13 hours, that's a bit of time, don't you reckon?
The Premier says the family are covering the cost of repairs to the other vehicle and they have made a $1,000 donation to Amber Community, a charity dedicated to road safety.
And they're paying for the other people's repairs because their insurance doesn't cover it because he had an alcohol reading of .05. Damn that pesky random breath test. Before I say anything about someone's got a bit of a ruddy complexion, hasn't he? I probably would too. Anyway, that'll do. See you later. Bye.